I'm really liking this audiobook. I've just come and got some, provisions, some more coffee. And since we have a blue book, I have also picked the blue tabs to go with. So we're ready to rock and roll. Matchy matchy. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content here on this channel at least twice a week, and then movie reviews or book to movie content here for you at the weekend. It is the start of the 24 in 48 hour readathon, so welcome to another reading vlog. I'm about to give you a bit of a sort of mini TBR, but if you want to go straight to the vlog footage, you can go straight there. Also in the description box, you'll find all of my social media links. So future readathons, you'll want to be following me on Instagram as well, because I always post on my stories on there. So there is one book that I am definitely aiming to finish during this readathon, and start as well. And that is the ebook of A Sky Full of Stars by Dani Atkins, which came out in the UK on Thursday. So I'm a little late to the game with this one because I did have a copy from NetGalley, but I wanted to save it for a time just like this one where I could start and finish it within the one day, the one weekend. So I will be momentarily starting this. That's the first amount of vlog footage that you will see. And then because you always need audiobooks for a readathon, I also have the audiobook of Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina. I also have the physical book of this one, so if I want to kind of like flip back and check anything, I can check here. And this is obviously a library book. I've still got my little hold receipt in there. So those are kind of like the two main books I'm definitely aiming to finish this weekend. But then I also have another ebook, which I do have an audio review copy of as well, so I could switch it up and pop this one in. I do have 24 hours. So this is As Far As You'll Take Me by Phil Stamper, which comes out here in the US on Tuesday. So I would like to have read this one by Tuesday. It's not out in the UK until the 4th of March. And I do have the UK ebook on NetGalley. So I need to get to that as soon as possible. But, I have the audio and I have the ebook. Then I've got a couple of sort of shorter books as well, because I do think that it's handy during a readathon to have things that you can kind of pick up and finish if you're feeling a little bit bogged down by trying to read full-length novels and you're very tired and you're just ready to kind of throw in the towel. So I have the latest Amanda Lovelace, Shine Your Icy Crown, with these two lovely stickers on that I'm about to take off because I get the Target special edition of her poetry books, because they have a little bit of extra goodies in the back. I've just seen an illustration. Wow. So yeah, I think that, this little bit at the back here is bonus magic. And then I have another poetry book which I also have on audio. So we've got a short audiobook option, and this is Dearly from Margaret Atwood, which is exciting because I have read the Handmaid's Tale graphic novel from Margaret Atwood, but never actually read any of her writing. So I'm excited, and I have an audio version on Scribd and then the physical version from the library. So again, I've got the option of both of those, and I thought I would throw in a graphic novel as a possible pickup if I want something shorter as well. Another library book I have, A Long Way Down. They're too shiny, these library books. A Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. It doesn't help that it's just coming up for 10 p.m. here, so the readathon is about to start. So there is my TBR. So going into the sort of vlog portion of it, we are 5 minutes away from the readathon beginning here. The readathon starts at 12 p.m. Eastern time, which means 10 p.m. my time. So we are going to start this readathon, as we mean to carry on, by running a bath and getting into a bath and picking up some Dani Atkins. And then if I get tired eyes, then we can switch on some audiobook too. I put these Christina books, if you've seen my January TBR or my Christina video, I've no idea what these are like going into them. Like, I don't read the synopsis. I've just heard that they're amazing and I need to read some Christina as a romance reader. So let's go run that bath and start reading. Okay, so the bath is run. I have my Kindle ready to go. I have my big thing of water to keep me happy so I don't have to go anywhere. And I can just read solidly. We're aiming to read this for the first hour. So Wish me luck. So I got to like 26% of that book. I stopped at chapter break. Really enjoying it. Could have kept going with it apart from two things. It was making me cry an awful lot, and so I had to kind of compose myself. I'm sucking on like a menthol sweet because I was laying in the bath and I was like all coming backwards, and yeah, I did look a big puffy mess when I got out of the bath, so gave it a minute before coming and updating you, but it's really, really good. I'm surprised it's making me cry so much so early on. Normally, at least, you know, she gives you a bit of breathing room before she goes in with some tragic event or other. Oh, the things that Dani Atkins puts her characters through, honestly. But I'm really drawn to it and really enjoying it. I could happily keep reading it, which for me to just sit down and read 26% of an ebook right now is a massive thing. There's only been, in the last literally 12 months, there's only been like a couple of books that I've managed to do that with, like unputdownable ebooks. I've been really struggling to read anything that isn't an audiobook, as you know. So that's like a big accomplishment. But I've been reading for 2.5 hours, so I'm going to go and get into bed, pop on my headphones and start listening to Twice in a Blue Moon, and sort of put that on sleep timer, go to bed, get some sleep, and then hopefully that'll top that up to, well, we'll definitely hit 3 hours out of the 24, but hopefully that'll top that up to maybe coming up 4 hours or maybe 3.5 hours. I will let you know when I come and check in with you in the morning when we're making some coffee together. So this is cup of coffee number 2, and I have read another 20% of my book, so I'm now at 42%, and nothing unspeakably awful has happened this morning in the book, so that's quite refreshing. Hot. So I thought you would appreciate today's outfit, very appropriate for a readathon. I am up to 50% now, and it's I have some theories about where it's going, so I have no desire to stop and put my audiobook on. I just want to keep reading. So I've just got to 69% of the book. I've now been reading for 8 hours, so we've got 16 hours left. Yeah, what started out as like a really tragic book. I mean, it's a story about like sort of organ donation, so you kind of get where it's not terribly cheerful in the beginning. It's now like really, it's really interesting. It's going a lot of the same ways as sort of recent organ donation books that I've read. I've read a couple in the past couple of years, and it's sort of going in that same direction, but I really like the sort of relationships that are forming, but it being a Dani Atkins book and it starting out the way it started, I am still on edge waiting for something awful to happen. I've got predictions about the awful things that can happen to different characters, so we'll see if those come to fruition, but I really can't put it down. I'm just really enjoying it. The fact that I woke up with sore eyes from crying at it last night hasn't put me off continuing to read, but we're going to stop now for lunch or brunch, and then I'll pick it up again this afternoon. I can easily definitely finish that last 30% perhaps before it's dark. So we just went out for a lovely long walk. It's nice and like cool but sunny outside, so it's ideal. I've got like the pink cheeks from being out for a walk. Before that I did another hour of reading, so I'm up to 9 hours now, and I'm up to just about 80% in my Kindle book. Again, it like finished a chapter before it got to the percent, so I was like, I'll stop at the end of this chapter hoping that it would be 80%, but it was like 79. So I'm still kind of like worried about what's gonna happen, and I can't tell how our main characters are going to sort of end their journey, and we're at 80%. So, but yeah, if you are thinking of reading A Sky Full of Stars by Dani Atkins, I highly recommend it. I am loving it. The fact that I'm just like binging through this ebook is like a big thing for me. But be warned that the first 20% is brutal, but then it gets a bit better. First 20%, you will need the entire box of tissues, or else just do like I did and read in the bath. Cheers, just go into the bath and then don't need tissues at all. But yeah, just pour myself a nice pre-walk rewarding Diet Coke, and I'm gonna jump back into the book and read some more. Cheers. So I just finished A Sky Full of Stars. We are on hour 11 of reading, which isn't too bad. What, 1 or 2 of those hours ish has been audiobook, the rest was that ebook. And I've been reading with my favorite new reading tool, which makes me feel sort of extra cozy but also in need of a blanket at the same time. And if you were a fan of reading in coffee shops like I was, I'll link this tool down below, because it's definitely helpful in times like these. Yep, we're back to the coffee shop. Just, yeah, like that, fill your screen. I love it, and I like particularly the steam coming off the cup of coffee here. That's my favourite part, and occasionally you'll see someone walk past the window too, which is quite... So having that there on the screen is nice and cosy, and having the noise of the music playing helps to distract from the noise of the other apartments around us, because it's Saturday afternoon, and apparently that's just the time to be the most noisy, which it's not too bad considering it's Saturday afternoon and not like the middle of the night when we're trying to sleep for work the next day. But yeah, I am trying to decide whether I want to pick up some poetry just now, or whether I want to jump into audiobook. I'm feeling more drawn to the poetry, so I think since I'm sat here and I've still got some copy left, we'll jump into that. And since we have a blue book, I have also picked the blue tabs to go with, so we're ready to rock and roll. Matchy matchy. I will put on a hoodie because it's cold. Blanket wasn't enough, we needed the hoodie too. So I've just finished Shine Your Icy Crowns, that's 2 books down, and officially now 12 hours read, so that's great. But I just had to share this illustration that pops up throughout the book. It's just so pretty, it makes me feel so warm. It's glorious. And then the raised lettering on here. Oh look, my nails match the book. We need to get a picture of that. And then the crown, and then the fact that we've got like one of the poems on the back here as well, which I think is very cool. But yeah, that's my tabs. As usual, quite a lot of them. But one of the other illustrations that I really loved was this one. I just think that's fabulous. I would like to emanate that one, please. So yeah, so we're gonna go and get some ice cream just now, and then I will crack on with Twice in a Blue Moon on audio. So just had a shower and we're about to have dinner. So update on Twice in a Blue Moon, that I keep calling Once in a Blue Moon. That is like the shiniest thing ever. I am listening to the audiobook, but because I have the physical book, I can see that I am on page 163. So I've popped my bookmark there, and that is out of 350. So we're just shy of the halfway mark, and I just hit the table. Jigsaw's coming along. I've done all the edge pieces now, so we're just starting to fill in the middle. And yeah, I doubt that I will read a whole lot more after dinner, but because I'm doing audiobook right now, I'll probably take that to bed with me and listen before going to sleep and put the sleep timer on. But I've lost track of my hours, so I'll need to go back and look at the last little bit that I filmed and tell you what hours I've done, because I've done some more hours after that. This is how the puzzle is coming along. This helps me normally during our President's Day trivia. Obviously that won't be happening this year. I need to see if I can find an online one, because it's always so bad it's good. And I just checked. I did say I had to watch the last like vlog bits back to work out how many hours we were at. So we're up to 14. So I'm going to do a little bit more just now whilst listening, because I've like got into my groove with the puzzle. So we're at 14, and then I might update you before I go to bed. If not, I will update you in the morning with how many hours I listen to before bed. But yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm enjoying what I'm reading. I've made some good choices this readathon. I'm happy with it. So update for you is today's t-shirt. Very true. I finished listening to Twice in a Blue Moon once I got into bed last night, and I did not put the sleep timer on that because I got to the stage where I had like half an hour left, aka 15 minutes in my listening time. So what I did was I started the new audiobook and put that on sleep timer. So I'm literally like 15 minutes into that one, because I didn't speed that up to exactly double speed, because I tend to start listening on a slower speed and then ramp it up as we go along. So I don't really have much to say on that one. I have 8 hours left to read to hit the 24 hours, somewhere in there. And that book, listening on single speed, is only 8 hours long. So I'm definitely going to get to some of my other stuff, but I need to decide whether I want to pick up the kind of shorter stuff that I put on my TBR, or if I want to dive into another audiobook or physical book. I do also have like the end of an audiobook that I could pick up, but again, I think I've only got about 3 hours of that left, so we'll just see. I'll have to update you on that one. I think I did more on sort of day one than I thought I would, but I am currently about to not read. I'm going to go and film a video, leave that one linked up above because it will already be up as you're watching this, and then yeah, jump back into some audiobook while I'm uploading that. So I just had to nip out for a couple of things, but I've had my audiobook on the go. I'm really liking this audiobook. It's As Far As You'll Take Me by Phil Stamper. I think the narrator is the same narrator as did his last book, but it begins with him landing at Heathrow and he's in the arrivals hall, and I can just picture exactly that. But I've just come and got some, you know, provisions, some more coffee, and I'm going back home, and Ollie's doing brunch, so it's a pretty good Sunday so far. So as you'll have seen, I just had a little audiobook break to read the graphic novel of The Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds, and I'm just having such a good reading weekend because this is just absolutely stunning. Like, the artwork in here is just so great, and the way it like matches the writing and the point in the story, and the fact that the writing's kind of like written in verse and then it follows it. I just think that's so good. Obviously, yeah, there are images of weapons in here and images of people who've been shot, but not photos, but the book has that in its essence anyway. But so good. Highly recommend. If you haven't read the book, I did the audiobook a few years ago now, whenever it came out, and then I've been on hold for the graphic novel for a while, and so the hold came in, and so I sat and read that as a little audiobook break. But now I'm gonna pop the audiobook back on again. I reckon I'm just shy of 22 hours right now, so we'll keep reading. I'm gonna read until I finish the audiobook either way, and then yeah, I'll let you know if I end up reading anything else. So we just finished having dinner. There is an hour and 20 minutes left of the readathon, but conveniently I have like half an hour left in my audiobook, and I also have about half an hour to go before I've successfully completed 24 hours. So I'm going to finish listening to my audiobook and then also the puzzle, because it's just about there. So this is going to be a pleasant time. I've got a whole new bottle of water. I will probably finish off like the sort of actual readathon by listening to that book of poetry that's also on my TBR, because then I will have actually listened to everything that's on my TBR. It's crazy. I've enjoyed every single thing I've read. I don't know how this book is going to end, because there's less left in the book than I would anticipate knowing the events of the book. So a little bit concerned about that, but we'll see. I'll see you on the other side. Well, there you have it. We have reached hour 24, and more importantly, I have reached my goals. I finished the puzzle and I finished the audiobook with about just under an hour to spare, which isn't too bad, I don't think. I think I probably ended up reading for about 25 hours. I had my 2 ebooks that I was aiming to read, A Sky Full of Stars and As Far As You'll Take Me, and I loved both of those, as you'll have seen from the vlog. And then I read 1 book of poetry, which was absolutely stunning. I read 1 graphic novel, Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds, which is also absolutely stunning. And then my second Christina Lauren book of the week, I listened to Twice in a Blue Moon, but it was good having the physical copy as well. If you haven't seen that Christina Lauren video, I will leave it linked in the end screen. So altogether, I read just over 1,400 pages. I read 5 books, which is awesome. 2 of them I did on audio, 1 on ebook, and 2 as physical books. What do you think about that? 2 actual physical books. If you're familiar with my wrap-ups, you'll know how big of a deal that is. But this one is always such a fun readathon, because I had like 8 hours sleep both nights and felt amazing both nights. I only had 1 bath, although having another book of poetry over there that I could get to this evening before bedtime, because it's not yet 10 p.m. I could jump in the bath and read that, or I could jump in the bath and finish listening to Firefly Lane so I can finally watch the Netflix series and bring you a book versus movie here. Who knows? I just don't want to burn myself out, because I have 3 audiobooks that I really need to listen to next week, and so I don't want to get burnt out and be like, I don't want to read anything. I read everything at the weekend. I don't care. Does that ever happen to you? Do you ever kind of have a really good reading week, and then you're like, oh, I've achieved everything, I don't need to do anything this week, or oh, I've read so much this week, I don't need to read anymore? Let me know in the comments. But if you enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up. Let me know, do you prefer like a full week? Do you prefer a day? Do you like a weekend like this? What's your preferred vlog format? Let me know in the comments, and I will endeavour to kind of stick to your preferences. I will be back with more bookish content for you next week, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that. And I have a very exciting book versus movie video coming up for you on Sunday as well, so hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on that. And yes, thank you so much for watching.